any other.
Now, the next dish that we're going to cook for you is from the far-flung corners of the British Empire. In fact, a place called Western Sumatra.
This dish, the beef rendang, is one of the tastiest dishes to be found anywhere on the planet.
Also, I've heard, a favourite, Dave,
Yes?
with a certain frog that wears a crash helmet. Rendang, ding, 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 ding. We're joking. We're only joking. This quality cut of British beef might look like the centrepiece, but the real star here is what we cook it in. The first thing that we have to do, Dave, is it not?
The spice paste.
Indeed.
Let's get ready on that gravy train to taste.
Oh,
Lump of ginger. Don't need to be too prescriptive.
now, I'm going to take 2 lemongrass, remove the outer layers until we get to the nice soft white bit in the middle, the core of it, and then we're going to cut that into 4 centimetre, about.
Ginger. And then galangal. Galangal, well, it's kind of like a cross between, taste-wise, it seems to me like a cross between ginger and lemongrass. What's amazing about this dish is that you cook it so long that the coconut milk goes back to oil, and the oil does act as a preservative. So the rendang was the sort of dish that people, when they were travelling, could take with them. And actually, it does keep for like a few days in the fridge. Leave it in the freezer for a month, it seems to be better. Leave it a month after that, it seems to get better still. Galangal goes in, lots.
Now we're going to have 6 cloves of garlic.
And 3 long red chillies. Are we going to have this quite spicy?
Oh, yeah.
Let's leave the seeds in then, shall we?
Why not?
If you don't want it so spicy, take the seeds out. We want it spicy. It's a beef rendang, for goodness sake. Look at that, hey?
Take 3 medium onions or 2 large onions, peel them and quarter them.
This dish has been primarily associated with the Minangkabau people in Western Sumatra. Yeah, no, it's true. And you know, CNN did a survey and 35,000 respondents throughout the world defined rendang as being the tastiest dish on the planet. But to the Minangkabau people, the various elements in the rendang have significance.
Do they?
Yes.
They do.
Coconut, for instance, it relates to writers, artists and poets.
Oh, good, good.
Yes. The chili
Yes.
is religious leaders.
Oh, very good.
The hotness represents the strictness of religious law, whilst everything else represents everything else. It's such is the importance of the Minangkabau people of Western Sumatra. Shall we process this? I process too much information for the moment. I'm having an overload.
You're having a bit of a Minangkabau, aren't you, son?
I must have to go mastermind again. All that remains now is to press a button. I dedicate this dish to the Minangkabau people of Western Sumatra.
Anyway, chuck steak. How can you process all that information and not be able to use a food processor? I rest me case.
Whoa! Loads of paste!
And blitz it to a paste as fine as you can possibly make it. Fine! We need it fine! Woo! While Dave's doing that, we're going to cut about 1.5 kilos of chuck steak and then cut it into 3 centimetre squares.
Do you think that's fine enough?
No. That'll keep him occupied trying to work this thingy for the next 15 minutes. Not very good with things like that.
They are beautiful. Oh, right, look at that. That's all spice and onions. Woo! This needs to be cooked for about 5 minutes. This is the heart of your rendang. Remember, the spirit of the Minangkabau is in this dish. You've got to show respect, cultural respect.
No, you do.
Don't burn this. whatever you do. It's aromatic, isn't it?
It is.
In fact, I think I could put my dried spices in now, because dried spices you tend to cook into the dish. And I want 2 teaspoons of cumin. 1, 2, I'll do. 2 tablespoons of dried coriander. A teaspoon of turmeric. Whew.
Oh, the smells.
And there's no need to sear this beef off first. Oh, just smother it in the spicy love.
Kaffir lime leaves. Fantastic. Now, whole tin of coconut milk.
You could use half-fat coconut milk if you wanted.
1 cinnamon stick. And then some water. About 400 mils should do.
There's a bit of a Thai thing going on. We go sweet and sour. I want 2 teaspoons of tamarind paste. You can use lemon juice, but it's really not as sour. But we need to temper that. So you could use 2 tablespoons of sugar. We've got palm sugar. I love it in this. Palm sugar, it's like a softer sweetness. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Absolute
You
sense.
know what I mean? It's like
There's a caramel vibe to it, isn't there? It's kind of like, it's so lovely.
That's about 2 tablespoons, isn't it?
About that, mate, yeah?
That'll melt down quite quickly. Seasoning, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. It's savoury.
Right.
Teaspoon of salt. But that's it now. All you have to do is to cover it and let it simmer for at least 2.5 hours. Simmer. Keep an eye on it doesn't boil dry till those bits of beef are falling apart.
Everything's gentle now from the rendang.
2.5 hours might seem like a very long time for a curry.
But with so many ingredients in play, we'll need to give them as much time as possible to mingle and get to know each other.
The entire house is fragrant.
Oh, it's filled with the rendangness of gorgeousness.
You see the oil there?
Yes.
It's actually started to fry in itself. Right. Oh, a nice big bowl of rendang. Look at that. You know, Si, before we taste this, it is worth remembering a sense of occasion, as in that CNN poll, 35,000 people judged this to be the tastiest dish in the world. This just ain't any old supper.
No.
Oh.
Very.
Very, very, very good. Maybe because it's beef and we're not used to really beef curries and beef Asian dishes like this are thick and heavy. It has that quality of a hearty British stew. Mm-hmm. But it's got a few more hidden depth, hasn't it?
It certainly has that. This is absolutely superb. And I can well see why 35,000 people voted like they did.
Yeah. And the thing is, it's going to taste even better tomorrow. Mm-hmm. We do realise there are some dark sides to British history and Imperial Britain, but there's no getting away from the big, big positive that ends up on our dining tables. We've learnt a lot. We've experimented a lot with the food, and by crikey, we've brought home some fantastic dishes, of which this is certainly in the top 3.
Because of the legacy of empire, our country has undoubtedly evolved to accept and adopt